Good evening, YouTubers. Sunga 2009. Today, I have here a Dell Optiplex 380. The history of this computer, it originally came from my school, computer school, MCC. It was sitting in room 3. And so the board thing was sitting there, hasn't been used, doesn't look like it's been touched for a while, it's just been sitting there. And one day I heard that they were going to throw some of these computers out, they were probably planning to give them away. So I figured, why not take the opportunity and take this computer? So I got permission, and I got a good deal, and they gave it to me for free. I just signed my name and took off with this machine. Brought it home, found out that the motherboard went bad. At first I thought it's a power supply issue. I thought there was something wrong with the power supply. Yeah, you can tell there was a bit of a dent. And excuse that. That was not the best way to handle it or open it. But I've opened it and I've checked all the capacitors. All the capacitors seems fine. Everything seems to be okay. And by the way, I just self-tested the power supply and so it works. But that was not the case. The motherboard that was originally in here, was bad. So I went on eBay. Let me get this thing open. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hold on a second. Not easy doing it with one hand. Sorry, I apologize. But anyway, yeah, that's what it looks like now. It's an empty, I say an empty shell. But either way, I went on eBay. I bought a brand new motherboard, or a compatible board. I got this one. It was $20 plus $10 shipping, but so I spent $30 on it. But either way, it looks like a good board, a brand new board, compatible and all. But my first fear was, I thought, well, maybe it's not going to fit in there, it's not going to work, I may have bought the wrong board. But wait till you check it out. But before we get to that, also when I was in school, I collected these. Come on, focus. That's right. The processors. I collected these processors. This one is an Intel Pentium 5400 dual-core processor, 2.70 gigahertz. Pretty good. That was the original processor that came with this machine. So I checked with Dell. I checked their spec sheet, and I found out this processor right here, the Intel Core 2 Duo, 2.93 gigahertz. This processor was compatible with this board. So basically, I'll show you the video. I'm pretty sure you'll see the video, and it will show you. I'll show you exactly what the spec sheet is, or better yet, I'll post the link in the description box, so be sure to check it from down below, but I'll show it to you there. But anyway, that's not the purpose of me. Rather, you having me yak on about what's going on in the video, I'll let you watch me completely install and restore this good old Dell. It's not a bad computer. It's a pretty good computer. And yes, originally there was a Pentium processor badge on there, but I decided to take it off because what's the point of keeping that on if it's going to be a Core 2 Duo, right? I don't think it's going to matter, so let me just place y'all right here so you can see what I'm doing. Let me put you right here. My goodness gracious. I apologize, My goodness. Oh, forget it. Anyway, let's get this processor badge. Oh, and note, you can put an Intel quad core in here too. It'll clock up to 3.0 gigahertz. So that's another thing you can also add. So yeah, you can increase the performance of this computer. Now, let's see. Come on, focus. Focus. My God. This Galaxy. Oh, wrong one. Here we are. Intel Core 2 Duo. Let's put that on here. And also, ladies and gentlemen, please be mindful of the processor pin when you do this. Because if you damage the processor pin under there, well, you're going to be one pissed off customer. Believe me, that will cost you another board. Because, believe me when I tell you this, it is a pain in the butt to repair one of these pins. It is. You do not want to spend the rest of your life doing this. So please, a word of caution, be very careful with this when doing this. Make sure the processor is seated. So, let's see. Let me turn this. Turn this around. Make sure, I'm not damaging anything. Alright, sweet. Just want to make sure it seats. Yep, there we go. Now the next thing we're going to do, is voila, processor paste. Yeah, I highly recommend get one of the thermal arc silver. Depending on your before you think about putting any thermal paste on your processor, it's important to check with the Dell's manual and description when it comes to the processor, or check with the processor manual. They'll tell you what the operation of this processor should run for cooling capacity. So, but if you want a simple thermal compound, you can get the Silver Arc, you can get the Formula 7 Nano compound. I just tried it out. It's good. I have no issues with them. And tech. So let's put it on. You don't need to spread too much, just spread a little bit. Let me get my come on out of there. Sorry about that. This little plastic plaster wants to be tough to get. Anyway, just want to spread it around. If you gotta add some more, then go for it. Add some more. While I'm holding you guys, just gonna add a little more. Also, try not to get too much thermal paste on your finger because they're hard to wash off. You don't want to end up with, poisoning because they contain deadly chemicals, and keep these away from children. My advice. Because little babies, they have no sense. They don't know what it is. They think it's a toy. And that will cost you your child's life, and I don't think anybody wants to live through that. I'm adding a little too much here. But in either case, I'm trying not to spread too much. I just want to make sure that this thing is covered as much as possible. My arms are falling asleep. Just want to make sure it's fully covered. I don't want to leave anything behind. I'm gonna blame myself if I do this. Well, that should be enough. The rest of the heatsink is what's going to hold it up. Alright. Next thing's next. Power supply. Gotta put that back on the board. I mean, the case. Come on. Stop playing. People miss this all the time. You can get the power supply off of this through that little tab. Let me get this in there. Let me place you guys over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Excuse me. Hold on a minute. Well, Well, managed to get it seated properly. It turned out I missed this little guy over here. Don't know how, but anyway. You gotta push it in till you hear that click. And in order to make sure, oh, see? If you see that happen, that's telling you it's not secured in properly. Now clicking, the clicks are hard to come by. Not easy to do it with one hand, but alright, I'm gonna give it a little push, see if it's gonna come off or not. Yep. Looks like it's secure. Looks like I secured it pretty darn well. Here's that locking tab down there. Gotta move these wires. Got that thing out of the way. Perfect. This is enough room to go ahead and put the board. Really, I should have put the power supply in last, but that's okay. Now my next thing is I want to move these wires out of the way so I'm not getting any interference putting the board in. So now comes the main part. Time to put this motherboard in, which is going to present quite a bit of a challenge. Let me get this in, get this light pointed, because I'm going to need to see. Get these guys. Everything falls in my room. Alright. Let's get this in. What I'm doing is not the smartest thing. I don't want anybody else doing this, so do not, listen folks, do not do what I just did. That's a bad example of what I did. I'm doing this for the purpose of letting you see what I'm doing. So don't follow my examples, please, when it comes to working on this. This is a highly sensitive board. It's going to cost you money if it gets damaged. So please, I advise you with caution and care. Do not do what I did. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Now let me try to see if I can get this tripod here. I'm going to try to see if I can settle it. It doesn't seem like my tripod wants me to settle it. I wish it would. Well, I'll have to pause the video and use the old-fashioned camera. Okay. So let me think. Okay, we have ample amount of room over there. I want to do this without damaging the board. Come on. Come on. I'm pretty sure this is going to cost me a board if I don't watch what I'm doing. Here we go. Here we go. See that? All lined up. Make sure it's lined up like this. See, that's pretty good. That's how you know it's secure. Now, I'm going to start putting these screws in. Get all these screws in. And then we're going to mount the boards together. I'll be right back. Let me get all these screws in. Okay. Let me start putting these screws together. Keep it nice and snugged. Where else? Ah, there you are. There's that little sucker hiding down there. You don't need to over tighten it. That's the note I want to give you guys today. You don't need to over tighten the screws at all. Please do not do that. Because potentially you might damage the screw. And I'm having a hard time getting this stupid screwdriver down. It's sad. I'm trying to figure out why this screw is fighting with me. I don't like that. I have to figure out what I did wrong over there. But alright, next one. Snugged in. Please hold while I figure out what's wrong with this one right down here, because it looks like it's playing stubborn with me. Well, sorry about that. Apparently this little screw down here, come on, focus. Can't stand it with these Samsung cameras. They're not doing what I'm asking them to do. The screw down here was being a pain in the butt, so I had to go back and resort to taking this stupid power supply off. Believe me, it was not fun, but well, I didn't feel like doing it. But in the end, I got good results. I managed to get the screw in, so that counts. So now it's now about putting this processor heatsink back on. Better do it now before that before this glue gets dried off. And note, the screw's already in there, so it's just a matter of getting the screwdriver and just screwing the damn thing in. There we go. Oops, I'll have to straighten that up. I hate it when it does that. Nice and snug. There we go. Nice and snug. Let me just check with this one. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Now for the heatsink. This guy. Also, before you put it in, make sure there's no dirt or nothing that will clog the system. Also, make sure the fan is also clean. Like I made sure the fan was clean. Make sure there was plenty of air opening, because that's where the air will come out. If you do not do this, I guarantee you will find out the reason why your computer is performing poorly. So, a word of caution when you're doing this mess. Thank you. Now that we got that over with, let me get this processor in sync. You see those two hooks down there? That's where you put them on. And then slowly seat it. It will stick on, but just give it a little push. Then, after that, let's wire it on the way. may require a little force, but I'm trying not to do that. Go to the violence, use excessive violence. There we go, nice and snug. Now for the next one, for this side. And again, my arm is falling asleep. Let me get that. Yes, and a part of me wish I was using my power screwdriver. Well, there's the problem. Now I know why it's not doing what I wanted to do, because it's not seated properly. Also check the seating, by the way. Make sure you know it's in the screw hole. So now we're gonna screw it in. Awesome. Nice and snugged. There we go. And of course, please plug in your processor fan. Next, our sweet little cord, our PSU cord, or should I say the CPU main board. This is a second extra power supply. Let me give it a little push. There we go. Give it a little snap in it. There we go. I'll plug that in later. Nice and snugged in. Didn't give me a hard time. Sweet. Sweet. Now, I gotta get this stuff out. I'm trying to get this stuff out of the way so I can go ahead and snap this little guy in. That's the power cord and everything. Let me get this turned around so I can get a better view of it. Alright, maybe I need to take this PSU off. Be right back. Okay, that PSU was annoying. Anyway, we gotta put this guy right over here, because that's to turn the main switch. Actually, that's for the USB plug and audio jack and all that other lovey-dovey stuff. So, let's go ahead. I'm trying to get a better view so you guys can see, but it seems my fingers aren't always in the way. I am so sorry that you guys can't see that one. I'm trying to do the best I can to let you see it. Oh, so I finally got it. This one, this is a pain in the butt one. This is a pain in the butt connector. There we go. Nice and snugged in. Sweet. Alright. Well, I'm going to plug this PSU back in. Stupid me. Awesome. Look at that. Of course, let's put this sweet little grilly back in where it belongs. Awesome. Well, she's starting to look like a computer now. She got her processor back. Everything. Now it's all about putting the rest of the connector back on. And one of them is these guys. SATA connectors. So, let's do this now. Oh, and by the way, just for the reference, these are not the cable that is meant. This cable is not meant for this type of PC. But unfortunately, the cables that originally came with these PCs are bad. So this is just a replacement, and it's not going to interfere with anything. So gotta learn to improvise. Improvise indeed. Oh, wrong way. My bad. Would have damaged that connector. Okay. Next, Western Digital 160 gigabyte hard drive. Nope. You can put in a laptop hard drive because it too uses SATA. That is optional. But me, I'm just going to use the desktop hard drive for this pretty little round. So, let's go put this sweet hard drive well, I'm looking for the lowest one. This one can go on the top, this one can get on the ground. To be quite honest, that's really where it's supposed to go. You know what? Hold on. I think I could solve this little problem. Yep. Hang on a minute. Oh, come on. Okay, that was an unexpected time. Looked like I ran out of recording videos. Sorry about that. Anyway, I managed to get the hard drive in. But I'm trying to get the power cord, which is right here, in, along with the SATA connector. So I'm trying to get this thing sitting up. But it seems to be fighting with me. So let me see what I can do. Okay, here we go. Oh, come on. Great. My hands are all in their way. Okay. Ah, come on. It's really rare for me to actually struggle with a stupid hard drive. But it appears this one is struggling with me already. It's fighting with me. Ah, finally it wants to go down. And I'm trying to get it to go down. There we go. There we go. Alright, for now it's gonna hold. For how long, I have no clue, but we'll just leave it as that. Next, we're just gonna put in this sweet looking DVD-ROM. Same concept. Oh, jeez. Sweet. Alright, she's starting to look like a computer now. Where's that other power plug? Oh, are you serious? I got her stuck all the way down there. Are you serious? Come on, man. Be right back. Okay, take two. Let's get this Let me get this DVD drive situated. There we go. I gotta put the cord back in, which I went and got out. My bad if you missed it. Sweet. A little messy, but hey. Oops, we're missing something. That's right. RAM. Four gigabyte DDR3. Pretty hard to come by these days. Better make sure that these RAMs are seated. These RAMs ought to be seated. Yep, they are. Oh. This is $45 RAM. I'm not gonna ruin that. Oh no, we ain't having that happen. Not here. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Sweet. Amazing. Look at that. It's now a computer. Alright. Great. Looks like we got everything in order. Working order. Now let me go ahead and plug everything up. And we'll do a good test. Well, so far so good. Starting to become a computer again. Terrible cable management, but eventually that'll all be rectified soon. Looks like everything is all plugged in except for the power cord. But now I'm pretty sure some of you are wondering, well, hey, wait a minute. There's nothing in here. How are you gonna get on the internet? I mean, you got that Ethernet cable, and unfortunately, this room does not have any Ethernet connection. So, how are you gonna ever get online? Well, your question has been answered. The only solution is this. A flash drive? No. No. If you're thinking that it's a flash drive, well, you're wrong. Incorrect. It's a Netgear wireless adapter. I can use this to get online. Simply, let me get this stuff out of the way. Simply plug this thing in right here, or as my favorite, I would definitely put it on top, because that's where most likely I like to keep things. See, I like this PC because there's plenty of USB. And then also, yeah, let's not forget our mouse and a cute little keyboard. Let me get that in. Also, don't force it in, because you don't want to blow out the keyboard. You don't want to blow out the USB, which is what I'm trying not to do. Alright, now for the mouse. Once I plug the mouse in, we're home free. Oops, I think I got it right. Did I get it right? Yes, I did. Yes. Perfect. Cool. Success. Oh, let's not forget the main important thing of all. Power supply. Alright. It's just doing a power on self-test. So don't worry, nothing to be worried about. Let me turn this darn thing around. Okay, awesome. Let me try to re-plug it in. Oops. Didn't mean to get that off so bad. Yeah, Dell goes through their little power test. Let me push that button and I'll show you what happens. Pretty much all that light comes back on and does a power self-test. Well, let's turn the monitor on. Sweet. Sound is on, so let's push this button and see what happens. And of course, Dell's famous test code. Oh, sweet. Check that out. Amazing. All that effort and look what we got. Now let me try something. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yep, it seems to be up to date with the latest BIOS. Awesome. And there it is, the processor speed. 2.93 gigahertz. Awesome. With a 1.0 six gigahertz of bus, 4 gigabytes of RAM, DDR3 with 1 DIMM slot empty. Well, I have to say that's a pretty much of a big success. Alright, let's see if this thing will boot into the operating system. Don't worry about that. That happens all the time. And yes, I did have an operating system preloaded into the hard drive. So let's just see if it works. It's a Windows 7 Ultimate, by the way. 64-bit. Amazing. There we go. Of course, it's thinking about it. The hard drive's doing the best it can. Beautiful. You heard that. That is sweet. That is absolutely sweet. And we just replaced the board. How amazing is that? That is really amazing. Oh, come on. It's very difficult to do it with this. Yeah, it's taking a sweet time to load. That's okay. I'm not upset about that. Let me see if it'll recognize the device. Yep. And look at that, we're online. The hard drive is good. Come on, focus. Takes a while. Access to so long. You're really supposed to wait for the processor to load. Not bad. Not using up too much power there. Great. I'm trying to get my computer to open, but it doesn't look like it wants to cooperate with me. So I'll just go in the start menu and just see what it looks like before I go online. Dell Optiplex 380, Intel Core 2 Duo. It looks like everything is active. It looks like everything is okay. that activation icon to show, which I don't think I want to spend too much time waiting to look at it. Stupid. I hate about holding a tablet because it's just a pain in the butt to deal with. Okay. Let me just check the device manager. Here comes the activation icon. Cool. Like all the hardware look good, everything is in working order. Now let's just check the internet. My favorite. I can use browsers I like. There we go. Check it out. We're online. That's beautiful. That's great. See, now I can surf the web. Looks to me like my PC could use a little tweaking and cleaning. That'll be a video for another day. But until then, that's it. She's working great. She's back in restored mode. She's restored. Sweet. She's doing some work, but that's okay. Like I said, I can't wait. I will restore her when the I will restore the performance when the time comes. Till then, let's have a quick shutdown and see how well that goes. And I'm sure this hard drive has been a while since it shut itself down. Come on. There we go. Okay, sweet. As we know, the computer shut down completely, so that's great. Hey, if you have any questions, I would advise you to check my Facebook. Stephen John is the name. And I repair computers. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comment section below YouTube, and I'll answer them with the best ability as I can. Please don't put no negative comments. And if you have anything else, please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you.